Hey, Motivational Coco. Hey, Motivational Coco here. How are you doing? Little different format. I'm in the studio. Don't know what's behind me. Might be traffic, might be, don't know. Maybe it's just a black background. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I'm gonna try this a little more subdued. Yeah, like that's gonna happen. But the same basic idea. So, number 31. Goals need to be just out of reach. Goals in everything need to be just out of reach. You have a sphere that you're in, and you're safely inside. And everything in the sphere you can handle. But things come hitting against the side of the sphere from time to time that are, well, just outside of your range of expertise, your range of your comfort zone. Let's call it that. You need to be able to expand your sphere to absorb these. Now, if you don't hit, like something will hit, then something will hit again, then something, I mean, it keeps going on until you expand this sphere of influence. Once you get a little bit bigger, you absorb these things and there's more you can do. And then you'll find that more opportunities, more things will hit the sides of the sphere again, and boom, it happens again and again and again. Well, the same thing you have to do with your goals. If you have all of your goals within your sphere of influence, there's no growth. If I say, hey, I'm going to reach for this cup of coffee, big deal. But if this cup of coffee is across the room and it's like, well, I got to get up and walk over there. Okay, well, that's not much of a goal, but I have to get out of my chair, or I can just roll it because there's actually wheels on the bottom. But you get my point. Every goal you set for yourself, in fact your entire life, you need to always make sure it's just out of reach. Why? Because you grow. In life, you're either growing or you're dead. Just like living things, plants. Now, granted, there's periods of time when you go into a dormant state, like, late fall into winter. And that's okay for a while. But if you never get out of the dormant state, you die. And it's boring anyway. Dormant states are boring. You need to grow a little bit every day. A point I tell people is, if you can improve 1% a day, that's all, it's 1%. Every day. 1% better than you were yesterday. You know what's cool about that? This time next year, you will have improved 365%. And actually, it's more than that. Because if it's 100% today, and I improve 1%, it's 101%. Now, if I improve 1% the next day, it's 1% more than 101%. So now suddenly it's more than 102%. You get the point? It's kind of like, it's compound interesting at that point, because every time, when you get to 130%, and you're 1% more than 130%, you're not 1% better than you were, it's not a static point. It's exponential. So that after a year, even if it's 0.5%, if you can improve 0.5% a day, it's got to be, 300, 400, 500% more by the time you add it all up, because, after 2 weeks, that right there is 7% more. So now you're increasing 107. You're adding 0.5% more than 107. So you get my point. This is a goal you need to work on every single day, no matter what. Because it's gigantically important to grow, to be better, not more devious, not sneaky. Be a better person. What is wrong with that? You know, I was talking to some people just yesterday about this whole premise that our society is collapsing around us. You know, nobody gives a damn. You know, it's like, I will do mediocre work. A friend of mine was saying that she manages. She's a manager at a fast food restaurant, one of the premium fast food restaurants, but nonetheless. And she's having trouble keeping people because they don't want to work. They want to work their specific hours and no more. And if things get, you know, if there's any demands placed upon these people, and sometimes the demands are unreasonable. And she even said, you know, the owner is being unreasonable in certain cases. So it's like everybody's losing their minds. You know, everybody needs to just stop and do the very best they can. Which goes back to the original point. You need to set goals that are just out of your range. Because by doing that, you grow. And by you growing, the thought is you're going to be a better person. And that's the goal, being a better person tomorrow than you are today. Because today you should be a better person than you were yesterday. That's been my goal. I am not the same man I was 5, 10 years ago. I'm way better. So, keep that in mind. As always, have a stupendous, amazing, spectacular day. Coco, out.